Hi guys, right, as you can see I've done the putty work and I've sanded it down the best I can all the way down, as well as that side as well. I've also done excuse me, I've also done a bit of construction. I've put the top wing in. I've put this bit on the side here. Now, on the side here, you've got this long piece here. There's a little tab that goes into the bottom there, and a little tab that goes into the bottom there. I've glued that in. That piece there, there's supposed to be two pieces. You got this piece here, which is supposed to come a little bit more forward, and then you got a little square piece as well that goes to the back there. That's missing. But I'm not going to bother contacting Airfix because I've just realised that this kit was made in 1995, so they're not going to have that spare part. I've also masked off the canopy with some black electrical tape, and I've got some double-sided sticky tape to make a seal, because I'm just about to primer it with my Halfords grey primer. So this is where I'm sitting at the moment, guys. Stay with me. Right, welcome back. As you can see, the Tornado is all primed now. So while I was outside, I primed the top, but then my can of primer ran out. So I popped back to Halfords and bought another can of their 500ml acrylic primer for $7.49. I picked up the tip about the Halfords acrylic primer off of a modelling website, and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try, and it worked a treat, because I primed my Battlestar model, the Pegasus and my Battlestar model in the Halfords primer, and it worked out a treat. So for UK modelers out there, get this stuff, because it's actually £5 cheaper than standard modelling primer, and you get an extra 100ml as well. So they do the grey, they also do the white, they also do black primer, and they do, strangely enough, red primer. So there's 4 colours in that primer. So $7.49 a can, a bargain. Anyway, going back to the Tornado. After I primed, and then with a new can touched up round there, I then primed the rear stabiliser wings. Then glued the cocktail stick in there, and then pushed it through, and then put the other wing on with some glue onto the other end of the cocktail stick. It's quite solid actually, not too bad. So that's that. Now these front vents here, I had to primer those separately and glue them on after I primed the main fuselage, because I wouldn't have been able to get there in the nooks and crannies underneath. So that's what I've done. So I glued them on after. They've blended in really, really well, not too bad. Right, now from the underneath, like I said, I primed it with the new can. Then once that primer had gone down, then I primed the extra few bits underneath on the sprues. I probably should have, before I primed, glued all them in first, then primed, but I didn't. So you got the 3 missile racks, or bomb racks I should say, and you got that thing there, which is possibly a sensor. Then you got that, and you got this thing here, which has actually got a clear piece on the front, which I've got to glue on later with a micro crystal clear. Then I had that little notch, which is the same as those little notches there, as you can see. But that is where I'm sitting with the Tornado actually itself, with the primer. Setting that to one side, you can see that I've took the masking tape off of the canopy as well. I've also done, same with the primer, the actual landing gear bay doors as well, with the white primer from Halfords. I've then done the landing gear. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Basically, I primed the landing gear first, Then I glued the tyres together. Well, they're not actually rubber tyres, they're actually plastic. I primed them in white and then went round with the black, as you can see. I then glued those to the actual landing gear assemblies, and they're pretty solid as well. Then on this one I glued the tyres in both, one on each side, and that piece there is actually I've painted that in silver, and those will eventually slot in one there and one each there. But all in all, the main construction is pretty much done. All I've got to do now is put the missiles together and the bombs, and then construction will be complete. Stay with me, guys. Right, hey guys, welcome back. As you can see on the Tornado, I've been doing the camo top and bottom, as you can see. Now I used the NATO olive green that I did the Apache in, but it isn't as green as it is on the box art. As you can see, it's not as green. The actual olive green is actually gone more of a, it's gone down as a brown. I'm not really bothered about that, though. It still looks good. As you can see, I've put some tape down because I'm ready to paint the engine thrusters. Now they're going to be painted in gunmetal mixed in with some metallic copper, and then there's a plate here. I'm going to paint that in gunmetal. I've also masked off the nose and painted that in the black, and I masked off that as well and painted that to go with that. I've also, as you can see, I've done the missiles and bombs. These three missiles here, I've done those in the primer, by the way. Those will connect to those three missile holders there, which will actually just turn the Tornado over. Will sit on each of those three holders there. Then you've got the missile on its rack there, which will connect to these bombs, I believe, these two bombs here. Like I said, I glued all the fins on as well, and then primed them. Then you've got that one will sit either that side or that side on the edge there, and then you've got the other one which is totally different. Again, that will sit on that side or that side there. I don't know which side they're going to go on yet, but pretty much the Tornado is ready for final detailing and decals. Now with the missiles themselves and the bombs themselves, obviously I've got to paint those as well, and then I've got to decal them. Also, I masked off the canopy, the two halves of the canopy. I masked those off and then went over with a primer. Looks really good, not too bad to be honest. But she's almost ready. Stay with me, guys. Right, welcome back, guys. Quick update. As you can see, I've done all the missiles and the bombs, all decaled and painted. As you can see, each missile has its own decal plan, so I followed that. I'll start off with the outer wing bombs and missile first. I haven't sealed them yet. As you can see, on this one there's a lot of decals, about 10 decals on this one. They went on fairly well, but I had to contend with the wrapping round and the stepping on each bomb and missile, and plus the fact that, again, this kit is 1995, so the decals had a white residue on, so I had to wipe the residue off it before each application. So that's that. Then you've got this one as well, not too bad. You've got the white missiles which connect onto these bombs eventually. There's a burgundy wraparound and a yellow wraparound. There's just one decal for the two of them. Then you've got the main bombs here. You had a wraparound red decal on the bottom. There's 4 of those. Then you had the various other decals, and then you had the 6 or 7 no step decals. Went on pretty well. And on the other one as well. I've had to put that on the other side, so it's opposite to one on the other side as well, as you can see. The alarm missiles, I've only just finished doing these, putting the finishing touches on. those 4 stripes there was 1 decal, and then with that decal added on, but I cut that bit off and then put it on separately. Again, I had to contend with wrapping them round and the stepping, but the microset and microsolid's done its job. Not too bad at all. And now, as the missiles are done, it's the bloody colossal task of doing the tornado itself. So the next video will be the finale video, hopefully. Stay with me, guys.